what are the odd jobs that you did?
I have hooked in 2021. I was heartbroken and all that. I had also lost a job. I thought of selling blazers. They were like, you know what? Si twende Gikomba. Flo, do you even know where Gikomba is?
Yes.
Have you been to Gikomba?
Yes.
That's a no. I'll never forget this day. 4:30 a.m. tulikuwa Gikomba. Hey, we are shaking. It's cold, bana. Acha tuanze kutafuta hizi blazers. Venye watu walikam.
Why? What's
like bell inaangushwa. Pa! Watu wanachagua, watu wana
quickly, yeah.
Hizi blazers ni kali, naweza niuze 350 ama 4 so. Nazipeleka Kiambu, naziweka kwa street.
No way.
Mia.
No way, Willow. You're a G. You can start thinking about, what if my friends see me hawking?
Yeah. No, a couple of them saw me.
And how did you feel?
The first day I felt the need to hide.
To hide behind your blazers?
I see them. Flo, you're inviting me here after inviting Elimwenda na Shonanju. Now I'm supposed to ride on that.
Na uko
Hey,
sawa.
and then no. Lakini no, hapana hizo stories za no. Zinakaa za java but ni za ukweli.
Leo tunaongea
I need
nini?
my coffee because of adulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never stops. It really never stops.
Never stops. I just don't like the stairs, but I like being here.
Everything easy stairs. But then you have to get used to it at this point.
No, it's like this girl is forcing us to gym up, like work out.
Listen,
I mean,
it's love, you know?
What love
Tough
is that?
love. So, pressures of having it all together by the time you're 30. How old are you?
27. I'm turning 28 next month. Woof, the pressure. Oh
Yeah.
my God, the big 30.
What's the
You know,
pressure?
there is the financial clock, there is the societal clock, there is the biological clock.
Yeah.
How much am I earning? You know, just the financial pressure of having it all together. Am I working towards my dreams? Where am I? What have I saved? Bro, what have I saved this year? My life. My life. I've saved my life from starving.
That's worth saving. Let's just put it out there. If you're alive, you're doing great.
I'm doing my best.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah. So that's the financial pressure. What have I achieved? How much do I have in a bank account? And if I don't have, where am I getting the next thing? And I honestly, at this point, sometimes nowadays, I don't know with this economy.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get through day by day. I think the other thing, that's the financial clock. The other clock, it's the biological clock. The biological clock is going like, I am closer to my 30s, and there's something about 30. You know, they say life begins at 40, but it's like 30 is, it's like almost life gets better at 30, but you're supposed to, at 40, but you're supposed to be scared at 30.
Yeah. The transitioning from 20s to 30s,
Yeah.
I look at it as reconciling the different feelings rather that come up as a result of the turn of the decade, right?
Yeah. It's like 2 decades later.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have this idea, I guess maybe when you were 18,
Yeah.
that by the time I'm 25,
Yeah, I'll be married.
kids, a
I'll
house.
be driving.
So as time goes on, you get to like
Yeah.
22, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, sawa. Maybe
Yeah.
the kids, okay, sawa, hapo
Yeah.
atuja succeed.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll get married.
Yeah.
Then you get to 24. You're not married. You're like,
you don't
okay,
have that car.
you don't have the car.
Yeah. The only thing that you're driving is you're driving yourself crazy.
And then you wake
Yeah.
up, and then you wake up, you're 26, 27, and
Yeah.
you're getting to 30.
And to be honest, from 25 to 30, you don't even know you never even see the years flying by. Like it's like you almost lost time in between. I realized that I have this biological clock in me. It's not even per se about how I look or how old I am. I looked at my surroundings. So I visited my parents about two weeks ago. And then, I don't know, I just looked at my dad and I just went like, I think he's getting older. It's visible now.
How old is your dad?
My dad is, I think he's around 65 now. He retired like 4 years ago. He was 60.
Yeah, there's a difference between, I've seen that with my dad as well.
Yeah.
Like when he was 50,
Yeah.
he stayed the same.
Yeah.
Then he hit 60.
Yeah.
Then I look at him as like, he's kidogo older. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit sad, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my parents don't live in Nairobi. My parents live in the countryside, yeah. So I was just like, there are things that I really would want to do for them, and then their age is progressing, and then your age is also progressing, and then there's something that you need to have achieved so that you can maybe give them what you wanted to give them. And I was just like, I don't know what it is about just getting older that I was scared. I looked at my dad and I was scared. I reflected and I was like, oh my God, I think I need to do better. I think these guys are getting older. And sometimes it's like...
You think?
I feel, no, they are getting older.
No, I know, but
I feel like...
you realize at that moment,
Yeah,
like,
it was
truly
so
they are.
surreal.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, these guys are expecting me to give them grandkids. Whoa. So that's the biological pressure. The other clock, it's the societal clock for me. Now, the society is crazy pressure, to be honest. And the societal pressure is more like going like, it's like the society has this view of life, this single view of life.
Yeah. A trajectory that you must follow. It's rigid. And you have to hit every like milestone at a particular age.
Yeah.
So by the time...
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from, but it's like by the time you're 30, you need to have achieved quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. It's like reconciling the expectation that you had when you were younger and then the reality of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's, especially right now with this generation, is that there's a delay.
Yeah.
So we move out of our parents' house much later on.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to our careers, we get stable careers much later on compared to like our parents.
Or you get a stability of career and then you switch it, you switch. You're just like, this is not my thing really. And people are really getting to do their things nowadays, even when they're just like, you know what, maybe this 8 to 5 thing is not for me, maybe this professional thing is not for me, maybe this white collar job is not for me.
No, but you see, that's different. I'm talking about like the stability, like actually establishing yourself. This is the career that I want to pursue. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And that's happening much later on. I mean, if you think about our parents, my mom and dad got us... My mom got my brother when she was 21 or 19.
Wow.
And then she got me when I was, I think, 24, 25.
Yeah.
And they already had a home.
Yeah.
Like a beautiful home.
Yeah.
Before she was 30.
Yeah.
And they had already established themselves in their career.
Yeah.
Stable income.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Sasa sisi.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of factors to it, obviously.
Yeah, of course. A lot has changed over time. I went to the shopping center and then I bumped into this lady and she goes like, hey, Modoni. Of course, she talks, you know, Kikuyu.
Yeah.
She's like, Modoni, aya, umekuja, umetembea. I'm like, yeah.
Throw in some Kikuyu.
Yeah.
Ati,
Modoni, nooka, noashera. Tigo shera neguito. It's our place. I've not visited.
Okay, now you can translate for the guys.
She was like, oh, umetembea. In my head, I'm just like, sijatembea, ni kwetu nimekuja bana.
Watu you know me, I can only hear, but I don't talk.
Nasikia ongea, basi hizi ongea. December inakaribia, tupatane na hao watu. You're one of them. And then she goes like, how are you? How are the kids?
You lie.
For real. Like, she didn't even ask a husband. You know how
she just jumped.
You know how Africans go like, hey, no utatuletea mtu lini? Or she went straight to, how are the kids? And I think my brain, I don't know, I froze. I don't know what was going on in my... I just went like, how are the kids? You mean you're not even asking me about a husband?
Or a boyfriend.
or a boy. Sijai hata waletea mtu na unauliza how are the kids. It's like the society almost assumes, since because I left my parents' house, I think maybe now a decade ago. And I started living on my own, like when I left my parents' house. So I think in their head, they're just like, you've been away for like 1 year. And probably their kids wako na watoto wawili, a husband. So there is so much societal pressure. And I remember just going like, oh wow, am I that old?
There's a family member of mine who actually told me straight up, achana na hii podcast, we need to see see the little ones. I was like, excuse me, what?
What?
Excuse
I mean,
me?
what?
And I just smiled because, you know, the thing is that I understand the intention. It's not malicious.
Yeah.
But
it's the societal line.
But it's like, whoa. Yeah, I know.
I know, and you know, we just brush it off, and people assume, no, this is just how these people are. But you know what? It actually slowly gets to your mind.
Yeah, and you keep hearing
if
it
you don't
over
guard,
and over
like
again.
if you're not actually totally 100% control of your life, and you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you focus on the society, it gets to your head.
Yeah.
Even your own parents sometimes. I mean, they don't actually say it directly.
No.
Like, my mom does not actually say directly, but there's something that she says, and I just go like...
What did she say?
So this time round, I went home. I went home and I brought up a conversation about a lady friend of ours when we were growing up. Well, now she has a kid, she got married. My mom goes like, si mulikuwa mnasoma na yeye? I'm like, yeah, tulikuwa tunasoma na yeye. And, you know, before I didn't used to hear that. When I was 25, but nowadays I've actually been getting that pressure. And you know, my mom is not direct about it.
That question is loaded. Cindy.
It's power-packed. It's loaded. She knows what she's doing, mother.
Oh, mlikuwa nasoma na yeye?
Okay. And then she dropped, and then she kind of dropped in randomly in conversations. I have lots of those with my mom, even on phone. It was actually my birthday. So I call her, and then I'm like, why are these people not calling me, and it's my birthday? Now I'm the one to call them, remind them it's my birthday. You gave birth to me, Bana.
May I remind everyone. I told them the moment September hits, it's my birthday.
It's my birthday.
I keep talking. I'm such a child. I talk about it all the time. Even my friends are tired of me. I'm such a child. Yes.
Yeah. And then it was my birthday, and then it was like around 1 p.m. and she had not called me yet. And my mom calls me like every now and then. She's gonna wake up in the morning for no reason. Call me. And then it's like 1 p.m. It's on my birthday. She's not called yet, so I'm at work. And then I call her. And then she goes like, Aya, by the way, uko na miaka ngapi? You know, sometimes parents assume like they wanajua how old you are. Like our fathers, I can get it. Sometimes Buddha and Nanga. Oh, by the way, not ready. Ukona. But our mothers know. It's like they are almost,
That's my dad.
Yeah.
My dad, for the longest time, thought I was born in 1990. I had to tell him, Dad, I was born in 92. Till today, he doesn't know. Well, he tried. Now he knows the month.
Yeah.
But
the year. So I was turning 27 then, so because I'm turning 28 now. And then she goes like, Hiya, 27. Hey, nani okolire? Umezeka? Hey, sasa ujue mtu akikaribia na hapo 30, mutorera ni odhiaga ogishenjagia, life inaendanga ikichange. And I'm just like, you actually told me that I'm literally getting old and you need my life to be in order. But I'm glad that they don't put that pressure of get married, I mean, they just throw it.
Yeah, I'd say you're one of the lucky ones because there are some parents who are very like blatant. Like, yeah.
I wouldn't deal with that.
Yeah, that's quite difficult. So in that case, how have you dealt with, if any, disappointment in the plans that you had but have not come into fruition, like by a certain age?
Oh my God, there's so many angles to look at it because there is a financial angle, there is the career angle, there is the biological angle. But to be honest,
but which one nags you the most?
I think for me, it's financial. It's not, and I know people have a different focus, and I know there are ladies that go like by 25, I ought to be married. I never had that in my mind, to be honest.
Interesting. Even I never actually had that.
Like
I knew I was going to get married,
yeah,
but I never put an age to it.
Yeah. And to be honest, even now, I don't feel that much pressure, to be honest. For me, I don't find it, I mean, I usually say that, you know, I mean, God has a destiny for me.
Yeah.
And it's going to work out in that way,
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the person that is, you know, unaharakisha destiny and all that. But the financial for me, oh my God,
Let's go there.
I've had disappointments. Okay. When I got to 25, I really, it's like my eyes were opened. Actually, that was the first video that I did on YouTube. Very bad quality. Please don't go check it out. Don't check it out.
Check it out,
hey,
please.
Don't.
I'll link it in the description box.
I think I hit 25 and I was like, there are things that I've wanted to do and I think it's now or never. And I did the first video and I think I named it Sobering Up at 25. And that's where my adulting started.
What do you mean sobering up?
No, because I felt like from 21 to 25, you're just getting through life. You're just having an easier time. You're not figuring nothing out. You're just like, I still have my 20s. Like, they are ahead of me. So, and of course, at 25, that's when I lost a job. You know, just when I thought, now I'm sobering up, now bad things happen and you have to build up. To be honest, at 25, when I lost the job that I had, I thought to myself, how much had I saved until then? How much had I saved? My life, guys. My life. Oh, it was very bad.
Really?
It was very bad. Like, I had nothing in my bank account. And to be honest, I wasn't earning like that much to save something.
I'm not even laughing at you. I'm just really resonating with you.
So I get into 26 and somehow I get this job that it's still not all that.
But it's something.
I felt like, okay, at least it's in my career line. It's in my trajectory, yeah?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I still don't have it figured out in terms of what exactly do I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
The economy goes a bit higher and then you realize salary is not enough. So this was last year around December, and I started to figure out, so what can I do with the money that I'm getting? I had already learned a lesson from my previous jobs because I used to get off a job and then I realized I am starting from zero. I don't have money.
Before you go ahead, from what I've seen, there are a lot of people who are conflicted between, and I understand that it can be quite hard between doing things that will sustain you, survival, put a roof on top of your head, put food on the table,
keep the lights on,
and pursuing what you really want to do. And I know that can be really hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Because I've tried that. I tried doing a couple of things here and there. And then I just felt like, sometimes the things that you're really passionate about, they don't pay off immediately.
No, they really don't. It takes a lot of time, a lot of consistency.
So last year I thought, okay, the little that I have, I'm going to get a bit of a loan here. I had a circle and all that. I don't know whether you know these things called academic writing accounts. I don't know whether you've ever heard of that. So I used to do side, let's say some hustles before I was on a job.
Okay.
I used to do a lot of writing, like article writing. Like you basically go online, there are article writing jobs and all these things, and people buy accounts on that, and you just do it from your home. It was somewhere over 100 Gs.
Okay.
100 and something Gs. I was working during the day, and then I was like during the night I could do maybe like papers, and then academic writing has seasons. It has a high season, a low season. So I bought it when we were just getting into the high season. I was like, okay, with this account, says iko sawa tu write, or I can do this myself after work. So this was going to be an extra income. Then the account was closed. Like, yeah, and I couldn't retrieve the account. And to be honest, by the time the account was closed, I had only managed to get back like 15,000. So the money...
Oh, man.
I lost the money. I remember I was at work, and when someone was just helping me to retrieve the account and all that. And when he told me it's not going to go through, I left my desk. I went to the washroom. I had a panic attack. I couldn't breathe.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. I don't think I'd ever lost that amount in my life before.
How much had you lost?
Let's say, because I had maybe 15 days, 150, 100 and something.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And I know, of course, there are people who are doing so well in life and they don't mind losing.
That's a lot.
For a start.
Yeah, that's a lot.
100 and something. And I had a panic attack. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't concentrate. I remember I just stayed at the washroom at about 30 minutes. Just trying to breathe. Because I was like... And then I had plans of what I was going to do with that money.
Yeah.
Because the salary was sustaining my basic needs.
Yeah.
And then that money, I honestly wanted to like go back to school. Yeah. To be honest.
Yeah. Oh, wait. So you hadn't even paid back the loan?
No.
Jeez.
So you're left catching up. And to be honest, because it was end of last year or beginning of this year. And to be honest, the whole of this year, I've been trying to play a catch-up game. Trying to, what you lost, trying to get it back. And then, to be honest, this year, I have just managed to exist, Bana. And then now you're gonna go like, okay, this year you're gonna say you wanted to go back to school. No, you're not able to do that. And then I was like, actually, I'm not gonna do any of that this year. I'm just gonna survive with the little that I have. I don't care whether it means turning down events, not going for events, whether it means.
So you're curbing everything that you would normally do just so that you can make ends meet. So in that case, like, what are the odd jobs that you did?
Currently I'm not doing an odd job, and to be honest, I don't like calling it an odd job. I don't like calling those jobs odd jobs. They are more of survival jobs. Like, it's, to someone else it's not an odd job. Like, it's
but when we're saying odd, it's odd to you because it's have
not maybe in line
with what you studied or what you have in mind.
I have hooked.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I have hooked. So I actually mentioned it last time when I was in watch episode 3, guys. I'm a regular guest.
She's a regular guest.
Hey,
that was a good episode. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. So at that particular time in 2021, when go watch the story when I was heartbroken and all that, I had also lost a job. What am I gonna do? I thought of selling blazers.
Okay.
Official blazers. And one day I woke up very early in the morning with a friend of mine. So we were in the same job when we were laid off at the same time. But at least for her, she's in a home, like she's married.
Also, she had something to fall back on.
Yeah. We were like, you know what? Si tuende Gikomba. Flo, do you even know where Gikomba is?
Yes.
Have you been to Gikomba?
Yes.
That's a no. Yeah. So one day, it was on a Monday. I'll never forget this day. We woke up at 4 a.m. 4:30 a.m. to Gikomba. I had never been to Gikomba before, to be quite honest. 4:30 a.m. to Gikomba. And I remember and I think Gikomba, it may change lately. People go there now like 5:30, 6, 4:30. And we stepped down and there was no one. Just a few people in the corners. Hawako wamefungua hata biashara. And then now, we are shaking. It's cold, bana. Tuna shake hivi, and it's cold. Kwa tume decide, you're going for the blazers, for women blazers. Hey, acha tuanze kutafuta hizi blazers. Venye watu walikam. Nobody told me Gikomba is like a like ni kuvutana. Like uko, if you're not masculine, you're not surviving.
Why? What's
like bell inaangushwa, pa. Watu wanachagua,
quickly, yeah. There's survival for the fittest.
Oh my God. And to be honest, and then me and my friend were like, sinaona kuna mama ko pale kona anauza blazers na hana watu. Mbona tuvutane hapa tukanyango turushwe huko. And Gikomba, honestly, it was raining at that time.
Oh,
it
man.
looked so bad.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it's
oh my God, my shoes looked like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
So tunaacha watu wananini tukaona hatuwezani tukaenda kwa kona, and we found some nice blazers, and then your mama was like, unauza how much? Because now I have to get them like at 150 or 200 shillings,
so you can make a profit
at maybe 350 or 400. And then tukaenda hapo kona, we mama ako nitauzia na 200. And then because we didn't have an experience, me I thought, this is a good deal, 200. Hizi blazers ni kali, naweza niuze 350 ama 4. So nikisema kuenda kuuza, it's hawking literally. I didn't have like a brick and mortar place.
So okay,
jioni kabisa natoka kwa nyumba, and that time nilikuwa Kiambu za Kiambu. Jioni nazipeleka Kiambu, nazieka kwa street.
No way. No way, Willow.
For real. Mia na mia.
You're a G.
For real.
Oh my gosh.
For real. Mia na mia. And then I got a dummy. Nikeka moja kwa dummy. And then na lift moja hivi. I don't even have somewhere to sit. I'm just standing throughout. And ni kwa gunia, actually nimezieka tu kwa gunia. And there were not so many pieces.
Yeah.
When I started, they were like, how many pieces? Like maybe like 9, like some really good pieces, but 9 pieces. So jioni unatime watu wakitoka job Kiambu, and of course there are so many people on the street selling like different things.
Yeah.
And I'm there like, ungenipata hapo nikisema mia na mia with so much confidence. Mimi hakuna kitu ungenishow. Lakini sikuwa nakaa poa. Nilikuwa heartbroken vibaya. Wow.
So it was when you were heartbroken,
yes,
you lost your job, and then now you're hawking.
Yes.
Whoa.
And then of course,
wow,
yeah. So mia na mia na mia, then unakuja unaniambia, madam ni mia, nimesema mia na mia ni 300, ni nini wewe? Yeah, and I did, and honestly I did that, and then of course now I was more social media acquainted, and then I thought, okay, how about I start a page on Facebook?
Yeah.
And then nikuwe na post hizi blazers, so I just wear the blazers. Good thing I had my friend, yeah. So nikaanza kuzipiga picha, and I actually sold a couple online, and I went to Gikomba often. Wow. Of course, this time round sikufika 4:30, nikafika 5:30. And then now once unaanza kujua watu Gikomba, una realize kumbe ule mama alitugonga. Watu buy na mia inside. Now I know why people are there, like, you know,
scrambling to get the best.
To get the best floor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know, people talk about odd jobs and go like,
wow.
Honestly, there's nothing you can do for survival.
To me, that, I'm not going to lie, that is so inspiring to me. Yeah. Because you were like, I will survive no matter what.
Yeah.
That to me is so inspiring.
Yeah.
You know, considering, because now you can start thinking about, what if my friends see me hawking?
Yeah. No, a couple of them saw me.
And how did you feel?
The first day I felt the need to hide, to be honest.
Like, to hide behind your blazers? Behind your dummy.
So you lift your blazers like this. I see them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I lift the blazer up. I'm like, hey, no.
And then the second time they saw you?
Wait, did the mic go off?
No, it's okay.
It's still on. Okay.
And then the second time they saw you?
And then I was working around the same area. The job that I got laid off, I was working almost in the same place. So some of the people that we left at work, the people who didn't lose their jobs, walikuwa napitia hapo, they were like,
wanasema nini?
They could actually pass by. I have Willow nauza blazers. The first day, to be honest, nearly hide. The second day, I thought, no, you have to change your mind. These guys can actually be your clients. They can be your clients.
Yeah.
And I started just looking at this thing positively. And I was like, I mean, hustle ni hustle.
Straight up.
Yeah.
You just need to change your mindset.
And I remember there was a lady who was in finance where I was working from, and this older lady, and I mean, she had a good life, she had a car, she had all these things. And one day she passed by there, she saw us. She bought like 2 blazers. She was like, wow. And you know, sometimes when you look at me, I don't look like I'm just going to go to the street and just start saying me and me and me.
I didn't even know.
You have to do what you have to do.
Juicy too.
2021, before I actually, you know,
came here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was doing.
I'm so impressed, Willow. I really am.
Yo.
I really am. And by the way, also, you guys tell us if you guys had done any odd jobs. Let us know in the comments and how it made you feel, and if you had like that, because you had a change of mindset.
I had a change of mind, and that was.
And I think you almost said, you know what? I don't care what people are going to say about me.
Honestly, I got to that point.
Yeah.
I got to that point. Like I could, like ungeniona Gikomba asubuhi, my shoes looking like, Jesus, this girl needs a husband, a rich husband. Wow. And I didn't care. And unajua sasa after kutoka Gikomba niko na gunia. Nimebeba gunia tao. Nena napanda Nissan huko chini OTC.
Maskini.
Like unaniambia
okay, like niache kusema maskini. No, tajiri.
No, nilikuwa maskini. Okay, sikuwa maskini. But to be honest, and you get to a place and you realize you're so much strong and so much intelligent than you think. And you're capable of doing anything. That was the first time in my life I just went like, by this kume siwezi kufa Nairobi. Kume I'm a survivor. Flo, if I survived then, a heartbreak and I'm hawking and I'm, come on.
Wow, man. You know what's interesting? There were only 2 ways you would have looked at it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had the positive way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Other people would have looked at themselves as victims. They would have said, why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
There's some jobs that are beneath me. I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
And it would have been just downhill from there.
Do you know what's interesting about then? You know how people, when life gets hard in Nairobi, but you have like your parents are a bit stable, you can go back to your parents' house, you can go back to Shago. Mm-hmm. But I have always, in my head, I've always gone like, Mr. Irudi kwetu. Your parents' house has a way of just
sheltering you in a way.
Sheltering you and you're
cushioning you. As opposed to, you see, you went through that.
Yeah.
Like through that journey and through that process. And from that process, your character was built.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you felt kidogo pain, you would have retreated back to your parents' house and you wouldn't have learned.
And some of my family members were actually like, you know what, I think it won't hurt to just pack up your things and go home. I mean, at least uko utafikiria unakula nini.
And they're justified.
But then I was
in some
like,
sense.
if I go back there, I will stop applying for these jobs. I won't sell
that
the
drive, that
anymore.
ambition. Yeah.
I won't be so motivated. I'll wait for some connections here and there.
So it's waiting for life to come at you as opposed to going for it, despite the hardships.
Yeah.
Let's talk about falling behind, because I feel like a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that way, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it comes from, honestly, it's inside pressure, yeah, but it's external pressures, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think one of the major external pressures right now is social media. And the need to compare ourselves to people.
I would say the thing is with falling behind, is that you start to find yourself isolating from people. And you know, that's the very same thing that can actually corrupt us. You see, it's interesting. So for you, when the odds were not looking good for you, what did you do? You did the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You went into the world and you interacted with the world and you went for it. Because opportunities will present itself. Yeah. Not to say that it's easy. Yeah. You know, there's some days when you feel like giving up. But what happens when you isolate yourself is your world becomes small. And it's interesting how the physical can actually affect your mental world. Because when you're outside interacting with people and, you know, doing what you can, that's when you get ideas.
Yeah.
You know?
I think this is actually very sad to say, but I think that's how my year has been. I've been very closed up. I have also been in a season where I switched off my phone.
Yeah.
I got to the house. I couldn't listen to music. I could only just maybe watch podcast only. There are days I have taken a leave off work for a week. And you know how, and you know, at work people are very funny because people go like, me live days zangu nafanyanga vitu za maana nazo, wa 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 wa. I'm like,
it's like, who asked you?
Like, who asked you?
Shut up.
You know, I mean, shut up. You know, come on. You know.
It's so uncalled for.
And to be honest, and there are people that just have their leave days and go do some substantial things. Yeah. I have taken some leave days, an entire week floor. I passed by the supermarket, picked everything that I'd need for a week, and I didn't step out. My isolation has been... There are days like I feel like I'm depressed, honestly. It doesn't feel like isolation. There are days that isolation feels like depression.
Waking up is hard?
Waking up is hard.
You're just there.
I don't want to be invited to events.
Listen, you're just there in bed, just scrolling on TikTok. Just scrolling. In fact, I'll put something really funny. I'll show you after. And you're just like on social media, whether it's TikTok or Instagram. Yeah. And then you see someone who's like way younger than you. Yeah. And they've achieved so much. Yeah. And you just close that phone and you're like, what have I done with my life? What have I done today? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This year, I felt like I was so... And to be honest, one of the reasons as to why I felt like I was lagging behind at some point, I looked at my friend's life. And one of my friends, we are chatting and she goes like, oh, by the way, I got a job in the UK. And I go like, in the UK? Not in Kenya. And she's off to the UK. And she goes like, oh, by the way, I'm going with my guy. They're off. They're starting their life there. Yeah. Of course, I'm happy for these people.
Obviously.
I'm happy for these people. And I mean, these are very close friends.
But you can't help sometimes. Yeah. Comparing. Yeah. It's always, when it happens, you catch that thought and it's like, no. Yeah. You put it at bay.
I remember I was in a farewell party of a
It's kind of like a benchmark in some degree. It's like, okay, so if my friends are roughly over here.
Yeah.
Mbona niko
what am
hapa?
I doing?
Wako hapa, lakini mbona niko hapa?
Yeah. I went to this farewell party, a very nice party. I was so glad to show up and just bid farewell to my friend. And we've hustled with her all the way. We've been together in so many places. I was so happy for her, genuinely. But I remember that day I went home. It was around 11. I got home at 11. I threw my bag on the sofa set and I had a good cry. I broke down. And I think it was not just that experience, it was so many experiences and just looking at the life of my friends, and I just go like, God, what am I doing wrong? Or God, and sometimes it's just sitting by your bed and just going down. Honestly, there are days that my life has brought me down to my knees. Wait. Hey, I just go there like, God. Have you ever been so tired of being tired? Like, you're tired. And sometimes, and I see people on social media saying, oh, adulting, I'm just so tired. To be honest, it's not the tired of you're physically tired.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of things.
It's overwhelming.
And that's why you need a relationship with God.
Yeah. It's good that you've said that because we tend to take the reins as human beings and we want to control things, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's almost, God is almost waiting for us to be like, are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done?
Are you done?
Can I take over now?
Are you done with your pity party? Yeah.
Can I actually show you the desire that I have for you? Because I was the one that made you, so I know what is actually good for you more than you actually know for yourself.
Yeah.
Let's talk about soft life, because this thing is plaguing the youth.
Yeah.
Soft life.
Yeah.
We know soft life is basically the rejection of hustle culture. It's pressuring people to make decisions that give them instant gratification. It's short term, but then hurts them financially in the long term.
Yeah.
And then the thing is also, people don't realize that soft life requires you to work really hard. It requires hard work. Yeah.
Actually, soft life pays off after a very hard life, to be honest.
Yeah.
But again, there's also a thin line between working smart and not wanting to work, but you want the results, like that's somebody who has worked smart. So our parents' model was more of the hard life, the labor, all those things.
Do you know what's funny? Before like digital marketing became a thing, or even like being an influencer.
Yeah.
At that point, if you told them, I'm working at home on my phone, they're like, that's not a job.
Yeah.
We need you to leave the house. You need to wake up early, leave the house, and come back. Yani umechoka kabisa.
Umechoka. And like you must have a title. You're either a doctor, a teacher, like there's a particular title.
Yeah. Do you know the guys who are taking loans? Mshwari and Fuliza and all these loans so that they can show other people on social media that they live in the soft life.
Yeah. The thing about those people, let me tell you what I've learned with this very small money that I have. You say no to a lot of things. To be honest, Flo, I say no to a lot of things.
Sacrifice.
But because I feel like this soft life thing, if you don't learn how to say no, you're gonna make some very bad decisions, whether it's financial,
and it's gonna hurt you in the long term. You'll find young people right now who don't even know how to write a CV.
Yeah.
It's not even shading people. They don't know how to write a CV. They don't know how to apply for a job.
They don't know how to present themselves.
They don't know what hard skills and soft skills are. They don't have transferable skills.
Yeah.
They don't know how to interact in a professional manner. They don't know what to do in interviews. Yeah. So they opt for the easy way, and that's usually social media.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the ones that have made it, either maybe because they're very good looking, so pretty privilege is very real.
Yeah.
And they see that, and they see the numbers, they see these people getting brand deals, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they want to emulate that. Not also knowing that a true content creator actually does a lot of work. And you see it paying off.
Yeah.
But the younger generation don't see that. They see it as, they just see the image and the glamour of it.
Yeah.
But they don't understand that the influencers have other skills.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, like a side thing for them.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you ask most of these influencers, you realize that they have a journey even way before they got there.
And they also have jobs.
That's the
actual
other
jobs.
Thing. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
They also have jobs.
Yeah.
And I heard, I was actually listening to, I think I listened to this on Lynn's Goge show, and she was interviewing this lady, Murugi Munyi, and Murugi Munyi said there was a point in her life when Instagram was paying her off and all these things.
Yeah.
And then one day she sat down and she was like, na Instagram ikifungwa.
you know.
And now she had to think about investing that money elsewhere,
Yeah.
you know, to just have a fallback plan and all that.
I wouldn't want to demonize it. There are some, obviously, it's created job opportunities for a lot of people. It's great for businesses, for people like me, you know. But then there's also the downside of it. So you have to learn how to balance and see what works for you and what doesn't. I
honestly, I admire people who have life figured out. Like, I admire people who go like, you know what, this is what I want to do. Like, and
that's interesting. In regards to passion, there are some people who already have this innate, what would you say, knowledge of them knowing this is what I want to do with life. I wouldn't say they have life figured out, but maybe they know to some degree the path that they want to go. And those people are not very many. But the thing is with passion that sometimes I think we get misconstrued is we think that it could be something that we love. And sure, it may be true, but I'll tell you from what I've seen is you create your passion. You know, it's because I think we were created in God's image. He creates life. So we have that ability as well. We create, you do something long enough and consistently.
It's whatever you put your mind into.
It's whatever you put your mind into. So you create your passion.
The society has this way of viewing life like, you know, people can look at you and they want to have this single view of you. But I got to a place in life and I realized you could actually be so many things at the same time. You could be so many things.
You're three-dimensional.
It comes with seasons, to be quite honest. You could be so many things. There is no single way of viewing life.
No. So how do we relieve ourselves from that pressure? I mean, we've talked about things that we can do on social media. And for me, I'd say don't be afraid of making mistakes. And learning and unlearning. And not to be afraid of being a failure or failing, basically. The most important thing to do is to be confident in the decisions that you make. In a way that if they go right, they go right, and it's all on you. If you fail, own it.
Fail and own it.
Get back up and learn from it.
Sometimes it's also taking a step back. Even at that point when I was hawking, when I look back now, and I know sometimes people go like, oh, I'm grateful that I went through that. But mine is like, you know what? I'm grateful that I learned a couple of things from that.
You're embracing the journey.
I'm embracing the journey.
Not focusing too much on the outcome.
The
outcome is a fruit. It's a byproduct. I'm huge on the journey, the process, because that's where the meat of it is. That's where that's where you mature. That's where you gain a lot of wisdom.
But to be honest, sometimes
you know when you go but you see, that's a thing. When you're broken, now in the spiritual sense, that's where, when you're weak, that's when God is strong. I don't know how guys do without God, man, because honestly...
man. I don't know how guys do without it.
The last remark I want to make is that you can change your life at any point. You probably have messed up your 20s. You probably don't even know how to write a CV. You've never applied for a job. You don't have a car. You know,
or you're in a toxic relationship.
I mean, and in all seriousness, like there are some people where it can look quite hopeless. And because of the decisions that they've made, that's affecting their future.
Or because you've invested so much time in that something that you want to live, and you're like, I've invested so much time and emotion into this, I don't want to.
And that too. But I'd say that you can change the direction of your life at any point. You've got that power in you. Your mind is absolutely powerful, and you can do anything. I know it sounds such like a blanket statement, you can do anything, but really, you really can.
You can. Next time, please invite me when you're inviting Sean Andrew on the same day. Thank you. This thing of coming here and then there is no Next time I want to be 3 guests.
You want to be
me,
I'll expose Christina and Christina.
And Christina, hey!
Shout out to my girl, Christina. In fact, I'll link her, what do you call it? Her
link?
Her vlog.
Oh,
Because she has a YouTube channel. I'll also link it
I've
in the description box. Watch the next video.
Where's the video?
Willow.